we capped the pre-K program at 20, where we usually have 28 to 30 in that program. So there's 8 to 10 kids we don't have anymore, and then of course we don't take a bus to Carmen or Tacoma anymore, and that's possibly taking kids out as well, and we're still staying at the same. You know, our district enrollment's about 358, around there, and that's where we've been the last 3 years. But we're, you know, the thing about it is, the first year I was here, we'd have a class of 33 and then a class of 15. Now we're getting all stable where we're averaging about 27 in a class. So it's causing a whole lot of issues as far as where to put these bodies at. And you know, we're still having issues. And now that I'm down at that end, and I don't know if it was like this before because I really wasn't down there that often, but I'm telling you, the junior high end is the most busiest place in the school. There are more bodies because a lot of the high school kids have to come down there for a couple of classes or whatever, but it is jam-packed down there too. Some of the things I want to talk to you about is, you know, this probably in the last has been one of the best starts I've had as an administrator in the last 6 or 7 years personally. Definitely probably one of the best starts we've had at Cherokee, and you know, I attribute that to everybody just kind of rolling up their sleeves and getting the job done, and you know, knowing what's expected. While we've had a lot of new faces this year, and we are ironing out some things and tweaking some things like that, it has been relatively calm compared to things of the past. So I'm pretty pleased with how the school year started, and it's almost like we've been doing this without a break. The kids knew what to do, the teachers knew what to do. Like I said, I was pleased. I'm going to tell you right up front, you know, we are spending lots of money right now. And the reason why we're spending lots of money is because we're getting lots of money. Also with the plan that sometime the money's not going to be coming in. And there's some things that we're addressing and on all sorts of fields, and we're asking, you know, different funds, whether it's athletic funds or building funds or whatever, to take the burden of the hit right now. And there's just things that have transpired that we got to take care of. We're putting a lot of money in technology right now, and there's a lot of reasons for that. We're just trying to get in the 21st century, you know, on a lot of different things, and you've seen some of those requisitions and warrants come through as far as NEOs and active boards or whiteboards and whatnot. With that, you know, I'm putting an emphasis on our capital inventory system, meaning that we know where everything's at, when we got it, and when we need to replace it. And we're going to see computers go out of here and computers come in the next, you know, 2 or 3 years, and we have to be accountable for that, for federal monies and whatnot. We're excited that we're going to be getting a new website before too long. There's a lot of things that are in process on that, and there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be able to happen when we teach the teachers how to use it, like having their own web page and you know, uploading videos from those NEOs that we're purchasing. So if parents are having trouble with instructional matter, that, you know, a teacher can put a snippet on there to help, like they were in the classroom. And we're going to also be able to do live streaming events where people can hook on and see whatever happens in Cherokee, Oklahoma, whether it's a football game or a basketball game or graduation or some kind of program. People outside Cherokee can see it, or, you know, if you want to, you can go back and look at it because it's recorded. So in doing that, you know, we are working on things with infrastructure to support that. You know, we're putting hard lines in the gym. We're putting wireless in the auditorium. We've done a direct beam wireless to the football field and the press box now. So, you know, there's things that are going to be in place for that. You know, we've taken on a lot of programs in the last 2 years, and of course when you take on programs, the startup costs are going to be kind of high. And one of the things that's important, I think, to all of us is putting music back in the program, you know, in the school. And you know, we're starting off small. It's going to be vocal. You know, we're not even talking about instruments yet. or ban, but you know, there's some things that go along with that, and you know, the expectation is they help fund that stuff too by doing fundraisers and whatnot. But you know, I think the people that are on board are excited about that. Making a girls' weight room, something that, you know, they don't have to go out to the field house and be, you know, stuck with things that are beyond their, you know, capacity as far as weights and different things like that. And that'll be in the old art room over here. It's completely cleaned up right now, and they're getting ready to slap some paint in there and do some things in there. So, like I said, all these different things have, you know, caused us to have a little more burden. Hopefully in the long run it'll start winding down, and when we come up with things to help alleviate cost, because, you know, as you all know, baseball was not in the school, golf was not in the school, there were some other things that we didn't have softball. Softball starts off before school starts, you know, and if we're in a, you know, tournament or whatever, it costs to get in those. Cross country costs to get in those. A lot of people don't realize that, you know, to play, it costs. You know, there's an entry fee on a lot of those things, and we don't charge anything other than football and basketball. And you know, we're into our, going to be our fifth week of school or so before we get our first money from a football game. And you know, we're going to have to look at how we charge, or if we charge, for softball games, baseball games, and those type of things, and put ourselves in a position that we can do that logistically. I mean, there is no way to charge for a baseball game right now, unless we just go up and down the stands or up and down the fence. You know, we've got some ideas of what we possibly could do, and we're going to work on those type of things. But anyway, like I was getting at, it's cost us money to do that right now. And the only reason we can do that is because, as you're going to see in the financial reports, you know, gross production is still coming in well. I guess really goals this year, and you're going to look at some money with that, is safety. And that's kind of the thing that's on the news all the time, and we're required by law to have a you know, safety mitigation plan in the event that there's things that go awry at school. And we're going to have to address some issues. You know, we're going to have to think about these glass doors that we have on a lot of places and how we're going to replace those. We're going to have to think about, you know, some security cameras at the elementary school and those type of things. So those are really the big three things that we're talking about. We're talking technology, programs, and safety.